Hello and welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. There's no update to the session notes, but we are getting very, very close to speaking with Visken. We're like 39 minutes away. So, we need to think about where we're going next. I think we walk home. And we see where that takes us. I think that's the most sensible thing we could do right now. We could also check the Drunk Sphinx on the way past. In fact, that's probably a really good use of our time. I bet that's one of these places that has different people in it each day. Let's go check that out. And we can go in from here, which is very, very good. Okay, anyone new here? So you're not new. Who are you? Oh, that's our guy. You see a tiny man sitting on a tall chair, a glass of something strong clasped in his hands. Ah, my dear officer of the law, he slurs with a mischievous glint in his eye. He clumsily nods, almost spilling his drink. Citizen? That is who I am. A mere part of the spirit, the national identity of Norvik. He leans a bit too far to the left and almost falls off his chair. Anyway, come. Partake in the nectar of the gods, or at least what passes for it in this establishment. So we find ourselves on the precipice of this grand experiment of democracy. Takes a big sip. What will you vote for, officer? Don't get him started, the goblin mutters behind you. I'm voting for the nationalists. The seductive allure of the familiar, the comfort of the past. But what is nationhood? You look at folk gathering in one place, one giant bubbling cauldron of a place like this city here, and you will quickly feel the weight of colliding cultures, language, behavior, everything else. Is it human nationality you vote for, or is it this nationhood for all who wish to call themselves Norvikian? All who act like Norvikians are Norvikians? It's about allegiance, or I'm not sure, or only humans. You know, I think we're going to say all who act like Norvikians are Norvikians, which sounds better than number one, but effectively what we're saying is, as long as your culture is exactly the same as our culture, you're okay. All who act like Norvikians are Norvikians. The stance of free blood cultural unity. I see wisdom in it. There are surely differences between blood of folk. An orc will always be taller than a dwarf, will he not? But raise the two as brothers, and there will surely be similar statistical camaraderie of two human siblings. This gnome sure can talk. But now, since you are the carrier of law in this here city, a good question would be, what is law? Oh gods. To carry such a burden of holding the law, would it not be fair to ask what it is? Think about it, your answer will matter. Your choice could change the world, good knight of earth. Cleric of the bourgeoisie. What do you think, Snell? Whatever Lady Sageleaf says, he shrugs. Well, let's say law is peace, is to keep the chaos at bay. The gnome nods. In fact, he nods so hard his face hits the table. Is he trying to say something? Oh, no, that's just snoring. Party's over. He sighs. Thank the gods. Okay, so he fell asleep. We haven't checked in with you here. Actually, one thing we need to do with everybody. Behold! This right here, this is the fourth pillar of the feudal system, a spelunking, delving, digging, roaming, true-blooded adventurer. Though he's still seen a lot of shit in his days, Akzel still has his glowing eyes set on the next prize, the true reward of life on the trail, a hoard. He will find it one day, someday, maybe not, but not this day. Perhaps you will see him again. Who are you kidding? Of course you will. Also you? Behold! I didn't get a nat 20, so we didn't get any more info. Okay. Behold! Hey, we got info. Another goblin. This one's looking to escape. Behold! Thousands of years spent guarding a hole in reality. Remember, her perception is beyond your ability to conceive. For her, a day is a fleeting moment, unless you make it memorable. A gynosphinx giving out riddles, a woman searching for something, anything, even remotely interesting about these scurrying mortals. Why else allow them into her lair like this? Okay. I think I've got everything on him. You? He wants to kill you. We cannot charisma check him again. Okay. Hello.
Cleric of Norvik.
The dwarf's smoldering eyes glitter as he bows before you.
Lovely to see you. Me and Romulus here are taking a little break before we head back to Dvargby.
Oh, back. He laughs.
Oh, and I hope the pickaxe been treating you well.
The pickaxe, alright, that thing.
Yep. Again, it doesn't quite work right, but if you play around with it, I'm sure you'll be able to get something useful out of it.
I'm gonna try and pet Romulus. The rust monster snaps at your fingers and Axel gently pushes your hand away.
I suggest staying at a distance. You're essentially draped in his favorite meal, Cleric.
So you're an adventurer?
Ah, that'd be a decent term for it. Though some veterans would give me crap if I tried to label myself that way. I've only been around a few laps.
Like where?
Oh, mostly the city below. It's less interesting than it was in my father's time. Back during the real dungeoneering. Back when they'd go venturing all the way to Tolstad, to the Forge of the Furies. But there's still a few crevasses to crack open right here in the city. I'm sure you've noticed yourself down there. Even in a top-level area like Tolstad's below, there's still quite a few secrets to uncover and monsters to run into.
He laughs.
Though I did join a venture to the Burned Coast one time. Just to the outskirts, of course. Some kobold-held ruins. I can't talk any more about it. I signed a hefty NDA.
NDA, non-disclosure agreement, a document that forces you to shut up about something, usually not esoterically binding. The Burned Coast is filled with all kinds of ancient ruins. You could uncover many esoteric wonders there. Where are you from, Axel?
My home is the settlement of Stenstrup. You haven't heard of it.
Tell me more.
Not much to tell. Stenstrup is small and peaceful. I get back there once every other year or so to visit family. They sometimes want me to stay and join the mining corps. Maybe when I'm older.
How did you end up here?
I'm in Norvik.
He scratches his beard.
It was a business trip. Originally, I joined one of my uncles on a delve. That got me hooked. Ended up just sticking around on the third trip.
A typical immigrant story.
Sure.
Shakes his head and mutters.
But really, I'm a bit of a lost soul. At least until I find those lost mines, then I'll be set for life.
Romulus lets out a screech. What kind of dwarf are you?
I'm an underdwarf. That's where the glowing eyes come in. We're descended from Azers and distant cousins of the exiled Asgalis dwarfs here in Norvik. Everyone calls his kind dark dwarves, at least in the hills.
But they don't like it, so yeah, don't. Wait, dark dwarf? So you're a dark dwarf? He looks at you in silence for about 10 seconds before breaking it with a groan.
Where I'm from, you get smacked for saying something like that, but I get it, we're greyer than our surface kin.
He straightens up and grins at you.
Time for a lecture. When Asgal fell and his underground empire reverted into its original highborn shape, his followers were exiled to the surface. That's the dwarfs here in Norvik, the exiles. Then we've got those fancy-pantsy dwarves who took over the fallen empire. The Empire Dwarves, they call themselves. Then there's us. Some call us Dark Dwarves. We prefer the term Underdwarf, even if our own term for it is Glodvarg, which I believe means something more like Smoldering Dwarf, I believe.
You know what? Let's antagonize. I prefer Dark Dwarf.
You're not the first human to say that. We had an ambassador once back home who refused to change his wording. Almost became a coastal incident when we strung him up in his underpants by the dock. He laughs. Anyhow, this is your turf, your rules. Just don't expect that to pass down under.
What, are you voting in the election?
Bit of a sensitive subject, I try not to be too vocal about my thoughts. But I'm leaning Asgal. Might go Freestrider since they've one hell of a program planned for privatized adventuring and delving across Ascani. But then again, I don't exactly believe myself to be such a winner in a golden heart world. If you catch my drift.
The rust monster makes a screeching noise.
Romulus sure does.
The city of Norvik has done a great job administering adventuring rights over the years. The party of Norvik will continue that legacy.
Yeah, it's functional. It could be better, but you're not wrong in any way about that statement. But we'll see. There's still time until Romulus and I have some thinking to do.
The rust monster touches his hand with his sprouts. That's all for now. See you on election day. Okay, well, we got pretty much everything we're gonna do here. Let's leave. Okay. That was cool. At least we got some stuff. I think we'd heard some of the dwarf stuff before, but I still wanted to go through it in case we hadn't. Right, I think this might be where we ditch Snell. Definitely thinking this is where we ditch Snell. Unless there's a cat up here. If there's a cat up here, we're going to speak to the cat. You know, we haven't been in here at night. Let's go in here at night. Same stuff, huh? Wait, what's that? Whoa, what's that in the corner? You can move that brick? Something shiny in the dirt? Oh, time reclaims all. Yo, move. I need to... Whoa. I'm just trying to click it. Being too hashy with my clicks. Tile is loose. Spent ring of spell storing. Strength and wisdom. Okay. A compact ring tingles with esoteric might, is ancient, made entirely out of brass, and inside the top shell you can feel... You know, there's a tiny scroll. However, that scroll has been long since spent on some divine spell. How do you know that? Again, you can feel it. Its original use is long lost, but keeping it around seems good. Perhaps its previous owner was a good man if he left it behind in the Temple of Earth. He's watching over you, it says, as an extra thing. Sounds good. We haven't really run into elves. We don't really speak to elves that often. The charisma's nice, but we don't really speak to a lot of elves. An extra strength, though, doesn't get us anything. It's like the most useless thing we could get. Because it gets us, like, not quite enough. So, unfortunately, that's where we're going to have to leave things with that one. Okay, well, we advanced time a little bit more. That's cool. Right. Let's head along here. They're still out here in the middle of the night. Yeah, what? They're still out here middle of the night. It's a little weird, but okay. Whatever. Let's head this way. And then... Cannot go into Darrow House. I guess I'm going to go in here. Do I just speak to Snell and tell him to go away? Let's talk to... Well, let's quick save. And let's talk to the bed. Let's see if it gives us anything else we have to do today. Can I go to sleep now? Why do I have to go to sleep? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There's nothing in particular it's telling me about that's unique to this day, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Snell? I still can't get over it. I mean, an elf in a tea shop. Let's start some dumb riddle. I hate riddles. I need sleep. See you tomorrow, Cleric. You stand alone in the tower. Okay. That's cool. Wait, I'm rich. I have so much money. That's good. Have I read all of these? It says 90 minutes I can spend looking at one of those. What do I have in these ones? I have a trifle in these ones? Bless. I learned bless. Oh. Guess I could have had that before, huh? It's not a trifle over here, is there? No. Okay. That's fine. Right, back to this. So I've already read all of those. So do we want to spend 90 minutes doing something? Already done all of that. So spend 90 minutes doing something, or waste 14 minutes talking to things that don't matter. Is there anything in here I haven't done? I've done a piece of paper, haven't I? Anything else I need to do here? You know everything there is to know. Okay. Voting card? No. Okay. So that's nothing. Let's see here. This one, the oily instructions. We've read this as well, I think. Yeah, put it away. It is using time. Seeing what else we have. You know what? Let's quick save. Let's head outside. We might get attacked by an assassin again. That would use time. Right. Okay. I have not been attacked again, interestingly. Let's go speak to her again. Let's see if she has anything to say. We're effectively just trying to move forward 13 minutes. Right? Because there's no point wasting an hour and a half to move forward 13 minutes. Alright. It is you. Beware of this one. She's good at getting what she wants. What have you got? I have lots of money, as we just said. Esoteric shards are nice. The helmet would be nice as well, potentially. Elven ointment. We don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. We know what all of these pieces... We know what all of these are. Empty Ifriti bottle. Will she tell us about that again? Where is it? There's something where she can tell us about things, right? No, I guess it's only the helmet. Do I want to buy the helmet? If I buy the helmet, I can't buy that. I can wear 2 helmets. No, give me the helmet. Thank you. I can't afford that anymore. Okay. Let's have a look at our new helmet. 1 strength, 1 charisma, -1 wisdom, -1 intelligence. The helm of an arcane era paladin mass-produced for legions in the Coast War. Extremely cool looking. Ah, now that's an intelligence hit, which is annoying for us. Wait, does this double when I put it on? Wait a second, this is meant to double. It's headwear. Isn't it? That's interesting that it doesn't double. In fact, this is just worse for us right now. It's exactly what we want, but it's worse for us. If it doubled, it would be good. But it's not doubling, so... Interesting. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend more money on things I don't need. Let's go into the tea shop again. I'm basically just checking places now, like, anything new? Nope. Okay. Can't go see Viscon just yet, because Viscon is, like, busy, I guess. How about this? Oh, come back after midnight-ish. Yeah, okay. Ike? Okay. Oh yeah, we haven't spoken to Meek in a while. Maybe Meek has something to tell us. Meek is with. Meek is ready. Nope. Okay. Well. These? Oh, okay, these are things. Your eyes land upon a series of papers nailed into the wooden facade. Some of them are torn or unintelligible. A few catch your attention. This is illegal. Advertisement requires strict approval from the government. Tear them down, rip them up. I'm going to look at the flyer with the owl on it. It's Yellen and Sons, binders and lithographers. Everything from designing to engraving, accounts, books, manufacturing, Waterlane View, 6th LW. The owl did a wonderful job fixing your spellbook. Quite impressive, especially for birdfolk. We look at the old one saying grand opening. You can barely read the faded lettering on this ink-printed flyer. Grand opening of the Stubborn Sphinx, brewery and commercial tavern served without riddles, drunk with all charm, Pillar Crossing, 2nd LW. By the look of it, the tavern opened at least a year ago, maybe 2? Poster of faded green hammer. A sun-faded symbol covers most of the large poster. It's a hammer printed with green ink. Gather ye workers, Asgal said no gods above, no king below, only folk. Asgalist rally on the 22nd of March, TES Circle Square up. You can't just gather people like this. The city is surely against this time of erroneous collectivist behavior. I'm gonna rip down the posters and tear them to shreds like a good man. I leveled up off of it. Oh, cool. You furiously tear at the paper, ripping them from their nails and throwing them into the winds. This makes you look cool. Cool, cool. A job well done. Nice. A level up. Fantastic. I'll take a point in strength, please. Don't need to look. No point looking. Now, I could potentially take the hit... Well, I could now upgrade my charisma. The only problem is it lowers your intelligence to do that. Take the... Oh, it's weapons that were doubled, not helmets. Oh, never mind. Okay, I take it back. Whatever I was saying about that. If I put this on, I need to replace something with something that's going to give me an intelligence boost. I think that makes sense. Okay. Well, let's have a look. What have I got? Trinket-wise for intelligence. I guess it would have to be the Esoteric Pocket Watch coming back. Yeah, probably the Esoteric Pocket Watch coming back. Makes the most sense. Oh, that makes a nice little plonk. Yeah, it is very nice. I could also replace this with this. You know what? Let's do that for now. It would have to be the melted Ilum brooch. But do I want to lose 2? No, it's just not going to be worth it. No. I just don't think it's going to be worth it to put this helmet on. Like, yeah, no, it's just not going to... It would lower my strength, and the only reason we'd be doing it is to get a charisma up. And the only reason we want to get a charisma up is if we were going to get a bonus, which we're not going to get. So I might as well just stick this on, get my 1 extra wisdom. Gives us some strength and wisdom, and it gives us he's watching over you. I'm assuming we're not about to run into an earth folk, so yeah. Makes sense to me. Did we have a thing on this tree we never did? It is so majestic. Nope. Okay. Already been to the wall here. What about this thing? Snell maybe told us not to do this. Engage? Or was it our brain that told us not to do this? It's got eggs in it, unguarded as far as you can see. Must be a gull's nest. Just don't climb out there, man. You'll die, like, for sure. I'd really like to climb out there and give it... Oh. Told me to use Mage Hand. Yeah, I'll just use Mage Hand and grab what we got here. Obsidian Amulet. Con Charisma advantage against aberrations. What's an aberration? A weird stone that is polished into a fist is grappling with a tentacle. Who made this and for what nefarious purpose? Okay. So it's con and charisma advantage against aberrations. Technically, that would be better than our spent ring of storage because that would give us a 1 in con, which would put us up to 20 con. I'm not worrying about that, though. Okay. That's fine. Oh, go back to this. Oh, there's a thing up here. I don't think that actually means anything. There's just a thing up here because it's green. Okay. Anything over here? There's the Drunk Sphinx, which we've already been to. Biskin told us to be there after midnight. Okay. Well, I got 9 more minutes of stalling. Let's head over here. Continue going to places we haven't been to at night. Basically. Okay. There's Snell, there's Sage Leaf. Not speaking to either of them. That's the quick shortcut into Viskin's place, I think. Thought there was something there for a second, but I think it was my click. Okay. Yeah, these don't have anything for us. Up here? Continue our weird wander. Yeah, how do we get here? Did we ever figure that out? Going down, far down? Oh, that's away from far down to up here. Yes, that's a link, right? Like, it takes you up further. Okay. What about this? Yeah, grab that. Shard of Jor. Thank you very much. Oh, is she still around here? She might be. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it turned in some more AEFAs. Vera jolts as she notices you. Oh, hello, Cleric. I didn't even notice you come in. She gets up and places the documents in a drawer. Walk over to her. Cleric, I'm working late today, as you can see. I should go. Yes. Oh. Fortunate. You have to do a dex check. That would be so nice to have, though, but anyway. Yeah, it's not our way forward. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, it's the other way into the same building. Oh, what's this one? You approach one of many doors out here on Water Lane View. Knock. You rap against the solid wood. Very solid, very rhythmic knock. Wait. A moment passes. As it does. Then the sound of a heavy latch sliding as it's flung open. Beyond the frame, you see a human male, mid-30s, his short hair ruffled, his cloak wrapped around him like a makeshift toga. He is shaking. Oh gods, no. Lichhouse? Have we heard that name before? No. Are you that intimidating? You see tears form in his eyes as he leans forward, pleading. What happened to him? I can say whatever I want, sir. What? Is Octavio okay? I do not know this person. Why are you asking me about this? You're wasting my time. Oh, thank the gods. Rushed in to give you a big hug. I'm gonna remain still like a stale corpse. He takes a step back, wiping his half-formed tears from his cheek. I'm Manius. I must have jumped to conclusions here. Oh, it's the Mittel House. I see. Okay. Only here to ask about the tea shop. Oh! This generic human male looks around him. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to disclose any information to local militia. That is what you are, no? A cleric of the local militia? Stare at the man. You see, Octavio, he's a busy man. He's directly instructed me that in case there were ever any inquiries, they would have to go through official channels, even for his inner circle. I'm not sure I follow. I'm sorry, I swear to you, we have all the legalities in order. I have diplomatic immunity, that's what it's called. Diplomatic immunity? Yes. Who are you exactly? Oh, I'm Manius. As I said, I'm a freestrider member of the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. I work for the first-in-command guild agent of Tolstad. I'm afraid I cannot offer anything more than that. I don't care what kind of immunity you have. I have questions to... Good day. He shuts the door in your face. Well, that was the kind of conversation that's worth wasting 10 seconds on. I thought Mittel House was a name. It was just the Mittel House. Okay. Right. Working out in my head the quickest way back to Visken. Locked in. No, the quickest way back. The quickest way back is to go this way and then to cut past Sage Leaf and take the shortcut. That's the quickest way back to Visken. Hello? Hello, cat. Yes, you're not always here, are you? Speak with animals. You place a palm in front of your face and whisper, "Everything is words." As you do, the subtle movements of the cat appear as not so subtle anymore. Then it snaps and your mind appears to translate it all into a form you understand. Hello, cat. You hear a loud scoff coming out of the tiny creature. Been a long time since one of you brutes learned to speak. Do not call me cat, this is an idiotic way to greet someone. I am Sir Triban of the Stones and the Waters, and you shall address me as such. Of course, Sir Triban. I'll be frank, Humano. I never cared too much for your kind. An attempt at cat speech, how'd lib. As in the Cat Empire speech, which is Spanish. You don't talk to me that way. I talk to you how I damn well please. Typical learns to speak after years of muttering nonsense, and the first thing he says is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. You really are a brute. Well, what do you want? I'm not sharing prey with you if that's what you're expecting. The cat speaks in a slight cat speech accent, which is logical, but still quite strange to hear from a creature of his stature. I will not be switching to a Spanish accent. What's it like being a cat? The cat hisses. What, he doesn't like being called a cat? Sorry, what's it like? Actually, you know what? But you are a cat. And you are a slow-witted fool destined for death. What do you know about this tea shop? Tea? Ah, you mean to say leaves that smell. Yes, that building did have a lot of that before it fell to ruin. And I mean before it was scorched. Before? Yes, when the bird took over. I hope that foul was lost in the flames. Then again, what I would not have given to hunt it myself. Alas, it would have needed a dozen hunters to bring it down, biggest bird I ever saw. The cat speaks of the owner of the tea shop. Interesting. A bird folk, not many of those in your city, but they tend to cause trouble. You see anything suspicious lately? You... Ouch. You live out here? Of course not, so don't be daft. I live in a wandering chicken under the earth, as any respectable creature would. Sorry, what? Can you repeat that? No. Makes an annoyed tisk sound. Now, Vit. Can I come visit you in your chicken house? I suppose I cannot stop you, though my homestay servant is quite the eccentric woman. So do with that knowledge as you wish. A cat lady being eccentric, you've never heard of such a thing. Why are you voting in the election? He seemingly ignores your question for 10 or so seconds, then he says, No, a good idea. I do not deal with whatever that is. It is beneath me. I'm going to feed his ego enough so to get actual answers. Yes! You want real answers? Feed his ego. Easiest way to do that is to compliment him. But not soft compliments, hard compliments. You are a legendary creature of the dusk and dawn, Sir Triban. The coast trembles at your appearance and longs for your presence. Yes, well, the cat mumbles. Bards will surely write songs of my accomplishments, that is true. They will. Now, is there anything else you can think of that would be useful for me to hear? The cat yawns. Then he says, Will you go away if I do? Absolutely. He sighs in a deep grumble, the type of noise you did not expect to come out of a cat. Fine. The blue fire woke me from my slumber. Had I been closer, my whiskers would have been fried. I'll wait for him to continue. I wanted to know who'd caused this ruckus in my territory, so I kept watch. The green munchkins ran around like crazy trying to put out the flames. You should call Snell that. I saw a brute like you, but in garish yellow cloth being interrogated by some of them. Once the fire was out, which did not take long, the one who should have wings appeared. Celestial.
There, on her orders, the, what do you call it, tea shop, yes, they hammered it shut. Then she did something, wave and blow on it. A locking spell to keep outsiders from entering the crime scene, commonly used in the city. That's it, now leave. I have more questions first. Oh, for the love of... Actually, thank you for your time. Okay, that told us nothing. But at least we're not going to be looking out for the cat anymore. Did it waste exactly 15 minutes speaking to the cat? Yes, but the cat wasn't there, you know, half an hour ago. I should quick save. This seems like a quick save situation. Hello, everybody. Why do I get the feeling this is going to open up and I'm going to be dropped down? Hi. Good evening, Cleric. The pleasant words belie his annoyance. You've interrupted something here. You guys just hanging out here? Cleric is trespasser. Go home. But first, get back crossbow. No, it's mine. I'm gonna clutch it to my chest like a baby. Master Cleric. Cleric. His words, they cause your legs to falter. I would like to ensure something from you. What would that be? Silence. The pale man glances towards his servants before he speaks. You have uncovered a fair bit of information. I'm impressed. However, I must insist that you keep that information to yourself. He shrugs as though he has no choice in the matter. Permanently. He's going to make you sign a non-disclosure agreement. An airtight non-disclosure agreement. The Dark Knight lifts his axe to his shoulder. He's tying up loose ends, of course. Make sure you show yourself useful. Okay, we're gonna go for a very bold move. No. Excuse me? You hear the crocodile let out a satisfied grumble. I believe I must have misheard you, Cleric. Filthy Lich. You don't control me, Lich. There's a bit of a security risk here, as I'm sure you can imagine. You hear a chuckle coming from the goblin hiding in a corner. Your handler follows you everywhere, Cleric. Good thing he's not a night creature like yourself. Damn it, I should have brought Snell with me here. Yes, they are only willing to do this because you did not. This is an ambush for a single target intended to kill. Kill? Not yet. I'm sure we can work something out here. Kraid is happy to see this. Cleric will struggle, yes. Cleric will not give up. A wide grin is etched into the beast's face. He inhales deeply. That thing is so fucked up. You hate that thing. Do what Master says. If not, Cleric die. Do not move, soldier. That is an order. You need to talk. Talk. I gotta try number 2. Good thing you're all gathered. I won't have to hunt you down one by one. Good. Kraid is ready for blood. Raz laughs at us. Okay, no, I get it. You're funny. The wretched goblin takes a step forward. I'll enjoy skinning you alive, you filthy human. The goblin lets out an insane, shivering chuckle. No, the skin needs to be attached. Assassins are not good company, even by your standards. Cleric gets what's coming to Cleric. You will not be permitted in my city attack. You know what? Let's try this. Tell me, are you involved with the tea shop explosion? Of course not, Cleric. It has been an annoyance, however. Remember, I'm solving that annoyance. The pale man stares at you. Indeed. I'm
very close to finding out the truth I am. With an unerring deliberation, his face arrives at a faint smile. Perhaps. These your evil minions, Visken? They are my associates. You know Ost, my faithful companion.
Master.
The duck is a force incarnate, my enforcer. The Dark Knight bows his head. Raz is a reliable mercenary and a quick, silent killer.
Yeah, that's right.
Finally, Kraid is not only brutally strong, but he is one of the great hunters of our age.
Kraid is also a proficient chef.
The Lich tilts his head. Of course.
Are they all undead?
No, but some of them are. Visken stares at you blankly. The crocodile lets out a noisy chortle.
Kraid is slightly undead. It will pass.
The crocodile is either in denial or is some type of charm. Could be both. Slightly undead?
Kraid fell during the razing of a village. A good battle.
As you can imagine, for me death is only a slight hindrance. However, from a biological perspective, the Crossilisk body is a nightmare. Ost performed my necromancy with great form, but much of Kraid's flesh was unaffected.
Ost follows instructions, Master. Very good instructions.
So today, even in a technical sense, Kraid is arguably slightly undead. Is the kobold undead?
No, Ost is a life servant until Ost die, and Ost is undead servant for Master forever.
So loyal, at least the creature has one redeeming quality. Are you sure you want to do that?
Of course.
Ost is a very good servant, Cleric. Do not worry about that. And Raz?
I work for pay, human, and Visken's got crowns to spare.
He jingles a heavy purse.
Best employer in the city.
The Lich looks away. Raz has, in turn, proven to be indispensable as a hired killer? At times, but primarily as a source of information.
Not as fun, but yeah. Paranoid humans will pay anything for secrets.
The Lich tapped his finger. What about him? Pointed to the duck. They all go quiet and stare at Visken. Then Visken nods to the Dark Knight.
I am a wraith.
A wraith like a spirit?
I am a manifestation of the fear instilled in the enemies of the state. I bring order to chaos.
No, you do that.
Yes, tell Cleric. Kobold smirks. You take wrong step. Borgo will end Cleric.
Visken clicks his tongue. The kobold stops smiling. His normally unfeeling face ends up in a sort of terrified scowl. They all go quiet and look to their master.
Borgo, as in the legendary paladin Borgo Darrow.
Wait a second.
Borgo will end Cleric.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. Interesting, the wizard must have stolen the corpse.
You resurrected Borgo Darrow?
Of course not, Cleric. This is another Borgo. A deflection. He's lying, straight up. Let me explain. At one point, they each had code names. Unfortunately, they were not found to be too practical. The duck is one of the code names. Perhaps we can move on from this. Wait, who came up with that code name? It's awful. An awkward silence falls upon the chamber. Visken raises one finger. I did. The duck? What was the plan? Send them on a lot of bread-eating missions? The pale man stares at you. He lets the silence stick in the air. What are the other code names? Ost was the hand. Raz was the eye. Kraid was the rage. And Borgo was the duck. It was an attempt.
Kraid liked the rage. It was suitable.
Raz is fine.
Ost, like whatever Master suggests.
Right, moving on. The pale man nods. Yes, Cleric, move on. What's it like being a lich? The pale man does not answer your question for quite some time. He simply stares at you, dead still.
Oh geez, how still is he?
He's stopped pretending to breathe. It is good. I have made a good life for myself. Lichdom is not to be undertaken lightly. It requires personal sacrifice and often general bloodshed. Personally, I avoided such barbarism. My continued existence does not hurt anyone, I assure you. How is that supposed to work? Liches have to suck souls, don't they? Normally, the cost is very high. For me, it is cheap. That is for a multitude of reasons, which I won't get into. But the upside is major. I do not draw any attention, nor do I hurt anyone. That allows me to work in peace. So what exactly is the grand plan here? I am what you would consider a researcher. Beyond that, my goals are my own. So why are you guys voting in the... No, Cleric. This is not the time. Yeah, not that you're very consistent with asking that at the right time. It's the week of the election. Okay. I would love to save, but I feel like attacking is just the wrong idea. We know this guy is too strong for us. We know he's level 14 or whatever. We know that the duck is too strong for us. Like, we know we're going to get destroyed. We know Kraid is too strong for us. We could maybe take Raz or Ost, but no. I'm going to convince him to let me go. Which is, we're close to figuring out the tea shop, which is what we said to him. We've survived Kraid's slog dogs. We had a conversation with the duck about manhood, and Ost has no crossbow, he has no style. Let's do it. Perfect. That's a great roll. That's an insanely good roll. With modifiers roll 30 or higher in a d20. That means that's our best roll ever. Right. 4 insane killers and a lich. You can handle that. Can I? Sure, everyone's got leverage. You just need to find it. This guy's clearly got himself in a bind. He's a lich with a secret organization. An open secret, at least. One built on fear and convenience. Neither is a stable foundation. Viscan knows it. He needs to feel power over you, and that's why he wants an oath. But you can offer something just as good as an oath. You can offer... Viscan? Yes, Cleric? You are aware that you are in quite a bad situation, right? His eyebrow tweaks ever so slightly. Power is shifting in Norvik. After the election, the new eyes won't be too happy working with a former Arcanist. So you say. I do, and half the city already knows there's more to you than cleaning dead bodies. Being unpopular is costly. What you need right now is to lay low. If anyone finds out you've got a cleric sworn to your service, that'd be a massive blow to that thinly veiled credibility of yours. You suggest I simply let you go then? Place my faith in you. Now hit him with the counteroffer. I suggest a deal. Oh. This is the only clean way out. 50 crowns for my silence. Pay me now. Oh, that is bold. This is dishonorable. It's the only way out. The Dark Knight raises his axe again, ready to strike. His eyes light up. Such words alone are highly illegal, Cleric. But clearly I have no choice, I must pay. Master? Clearly I'm threatening you. The goblin is chuckling in the corner. I have multiple witnesses that the cleric here is performing an act of extortion. I can write it down too if you want. I see, we're going for mutually assured destruction here. No need. This is assurance enough. He tosses me a pouch of coins. Thank you for your patronage, we're not going to push it. Leverage for leverage. If you ever cross him, he'll be able to destroy you legally. He obviously has no real reason to do it. Just as you have no reason to stab him in the back. Win-win. Boring. Less work though. This method is not one you enjoy. No blood is spilled. Another fray would see it flow. Right? Cleric speaks smoothly. Kraid is impressed yet disappointed in the lack of a hunt. Soldier. He puts down his axe, which is dangerously close to the back of your neck. Cleric, go now. Do not bother in future. Stupid cleric. Yes, you may leave, Cleric. He motions to the door with 2 fingers. Thank you for stopping by. Happy doing business with you. As always, Cleric. None of his facial muscles move even an inch. Right, okay, see you around. As you take a few stumbling steps away, all the helpers begin to leave as well. You need rest. We'll stumble away. Okay. I am going to do a save here. I want to try something. Okay, so this is just a pure save. So we're just going to do a new save. Then we're going to load the load the quick save. Okay. I'm going to blast through the story. Here. Right, that's my crossbow. What would that be? Silence, he says silence forever. We're then gonna say no. You don't control me, Lich. Should have brought Snell with me. Kill. Sure, we can work something out, we say. Okay, I won't have to hunt you all down one by one, we say. Through all of this. Okay. Okay, I'm very close to finding out the truth. We're going to do the same options each time here. Right. Are they all undead? Some of them are. Let's find slightly undead. Then Kobold undead. And he says yes, he wants to do that. And Raz is a hired killer. What about him? Point to the duck. Wraith like a spirit. That's fine. We say that's Borgo Darrow. Okay, that's fine. Who came up with the code name? That's awful. Bread eating missions, the other code names. Borgo was the duck. Right, moving on. Okay, what's it like being a lich? The reason I'm going through all the options is we don't know which options are, like, good for us. Okay, what are you guys voting in the election? You will not be permitted in my city. I wish this could have gone another way, Cleric. He motions to the others in the room. They interpret it correctly. Kill him. Roll initiative. That's actually one of our better initiative rolls. We still go last. Equal with Raz, but I think last. The four helpers get ready to attack, to kill. The Titanic Knight seems not be moving at all, until you notice waves of sickening energy pulsating from his helm. You feel one crash into you, a brick wall of nausea. Biskin takes a step back. Focus, he is a powerful cleric. Kraid hunts. The beast makes rapid, slithering lunge at your torso. Lean back to dodge the worst of it, but he makes do with a gut-wrenching bite to your arm. Pain. Ah! Ost reaches to a strap at his side, pulls a dagger out and throws it. It clips you in the side of the leg. When Cleric is dead, Ost take crossbow back. Heh. The goblin draws and fires his bow in a fluid motion. Fire throughout your back as the arrow pierces your body. His eyes are alight with glee. You're surrounded. No way you can dodge anything here. The only thing you might be able to do is pick who you're close to. We might be able to disrupt their attacks with magic. No, you must endure. Am I gonna die here? Signs point to yes. Yeah, your odds aren't exactly looking good. Yeah. Definitely feel like healing was a good move. Steel yourself, take the hits. Okay. You accept your situation and envision yourself unmoving, steadfast. You are the mountain, you are the land itself. The wind and waters may chip away at you, but to deface is not to defeat. You will remain. You plant your feet firmly, ready to endure. This is the most dangerous situation you have ever been in. The Lich must pay. The knight steps forward, inexorably lifting his axe. He crushes it down on you. There is no way to resist this pain. This hurts. Biskin crosses his arms, glancing between you and his helpers. Come now, it should not take much longer. Kraid hunts more. Just as you recognize he's moving, the crocodile closes his jaws around your arm and twists. Tearing of flesh, ripping of veins. Pieces of chainmail scattered across the ground. Huh? Your right arm is ripped from your body. Look at my stump. Blood sprays, your mind is filled with the white noise of panic. No, 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 no. Let out a primal scream. The crocodile crunches your arm, savoring it. Die! The kobold pulls another 2 daggers and tosses both towards you, but being ready allows you to dodge the first one. The second one goes in your leg though. Damn it. Cleric, get back crossbow. How many knives does this damn kobold have? Yes, fucking finally. The goblin is already behind you, bracing himself against your body. You loosen, tighten, brace as dagger enters your back. It hurts. Slightly less than it might have. The wretched goblin spins the tip of his dagger in his palm. Gotta say, fighting a whole squad like this, not ideal. Your right stump pulsates with numbing waves of fire. You are very, very hurt. You cannot attack any of his helpers. The rest of them will simply annihilate you. The pale man is your only target. Get him. Okay. DC 29. Do it. Holy moly. That's a 37. Succeed on a dice roll for 25 DC or higher. Bloodied and mangled like a walking corpse, one arm stretched out, you step forward, grab the lich and swivel around him, putting him between you and your foes. Not one more step. Grip him hard. You have a solid hold on the lich, who is just about to cast some wicked spell. The helpers stare, shocked. They failed. You've succeeded. Cleric, you will surrender now or I'll channel my god and watch as your body turns to powder. The lich, typically so steady, is twisting in your grip. That is not quite how it works. You are losing blood very quickly. Put your weapons down now. He's still in complete control of his servants. They lay their weapons down. What do you want, Cleric? We can make a deal. You've impressed me today. No lich can. Try not to faint. You're wobbling. No, not like this. Swear to me, you surrender. Those words are the last words you hear. The world fades away. And then it returns. Open my eyes. Good morning, Cleric. You look down at your body, whole and unmarred. You healed me. The lich dips his head. I offer a truce, Cleric. Saved by the undead. Untenable. Yeah, well, maybe just think about this for a second. My helpers performed well. However, I see something else now. Your strength. It is highly impressive. So again, I've offered you a truce. Do you accept? No. Yes. Live. I would love a save here. A save here would be great. I'm going to say I accept. Good then. The lich nods briskly, business now settled. Borgo, is that not? Silently and without hesitation, the knight proffers his hefty axe. You are something special, Cleric. You deserve a special weapon. Look at it. The cursed axe shines before you. Being close to it alone is enough for your skin to feel like 1,000 little needle pricks. Take it. Oh, sorry, take it. You take it, moving through the motions as if in a dream. Horrendous power. Strength surges through the iron. It is incredibly heavy. Despite your muscularity, it cannot be swung properly simply due to your weight class, but it is a great accessory, really manly. Caretaker is a force to behold. Do not let it go to your helm. He taps his finger once. You may go. So you're okay with this as is? I don't have to expect to get murdered in the future? No, Cleric, we have settled this. I can see you are much too important for this city. Really? Truly. Well, and you had to go through all this just to figure that out? It appears so. Remember, the world is made out of those with esoteric knowledge and those without. Make sure to stay on the correct path, Cleric. I'm going to stare at his helpers nervously. The crocodile gives you a shit-eating grin. The dark knight stares at you silently from the darkness under his helm. The wretched goblin takes out his pipe and stuffs it with leaves. The kobold looks around as you glance at him. Well, what is Cleric waiting for? Get lost. Right, okay, see you around. As you take a few stumbling steps away, all the helpers begin to leave as well. You need rest. Okay, we're 100% sticking with this path. This path is, like, so much better. Is this Lichhouse Blues? That is, okay. And we got this. Holy moly. A cursed great axe, only capable of being wielded by truly lawful evil creatures. Sad to say you're not there yet, but you can carry it around. Okay, strength, con, wisdom, and charisma all get +2 and advantage against chaotic creatures. That's better than my 2 con hammer. Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Also, my wisdom is up to a 7 now, which is very impressive from where it's been. Our dex is terrible, but everything else is up. This is now up at 20 as well. Holy moly. And our strength is up that high? There is an argument to get rid of this now to raise our con. I think we've had that argument before. Don't necessarily have to. We could, yeah, like this would be good for that one. Bonus against aberrations, but still. That is fantastic. That's an amazing weapon. Okay, let's behold you for a second here. I can't behold you. I must have beheld you already today. I beheld you already today. Okay, Viskin, I'll see you in the morning. It's time to head out. Yeah, this is definitely the path forward, I think, for us. We could have chosen die with honor, but I'm fairly certain that the game would have just killed us at that point. I'm like 99% sure the game would have killed us. If it wouldn't have, well, that's another path, but yeah. Like, it seemed like the kind of situation where it would just say you die. Anyway. Right, let's head in here. Up the stairs. And this is where we're going to end the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.